Hello students, today we will discuss some programs related to the strings and various string handling. Okay, we will see various logics. Some of them they are following string handling functions and others without using string handling function itself. So the first program that is to be discussed here is how to reverse the content of a string. How to reverse the content of a string. So reverse the content of a string. This program is given in a simple format. Here one string will be reversed, means in the reverse order I am trying to display that by using a second array. That means an array in this order will be displayed in the reverse order in another array. So that is one logic, because I am not directly doing reverse in the same character array. I am reversing that and displaying that in another array. Okay. After this I will just give a hint on how we can reverse on the same array itself. You can work out on that. Now let us see the syntax of this library stdio.h string.h. Then the declarations, we are having two string arrays. One is str of 20. 20 is the maximum size. So str points to the first array. Assume that we are having three characters 0, 1, 2, A, B, C. Now of course we are having a fourth portion, that is /0. Remember that also, that is in the next location, that is 3. So up to here only we are having the string, exact string. The next one portion is reserved for /0. Remember that. Now str is one string. Then we are having another string reverse, which points to the base address of another string. Here also I am expecting 3 values, and the final must be having a /0. So initially nothing is there. So we are trying to get the values, read the values into str. I have not done that. Only declaration means the memory location is being reserved for 2 string array. That's all. The value will be getting later. I have written that simply, but the value will be receiving later by using some read operation. Then I am using 3 variable declarations. One is len. So somehow I will be getting the length. I can use length function, or even we can find the length without using that function also. That similar program we will be seeing later, but now in this example we are using a string handling function for finding the length. So len is a variable of integer type, we will be getting the length of the string. I is a variable for one iteration, one for one loop. J is another variable for another loop, or that is for another increment. For that here in this example either we can use while loop or we can use for loop. Okay, it's up to you, but here in this example with me I am using while loop. Okay, now printf enter the string get us str. These 2 points are clear. Again, once again I am mentioning, if it was an integer array, we need to enter the numbers. After reading the size, I need to enter the elements within the for loop. First of all I need to get the size. Up to that size I need to read the elements one by one within the for loop. But here just printing enter the string and simply calling getters of str. That means it will read the characters from the keyboard and that is assigned to the string array str. Now assume that we have entered character A, B and C. Automatically after that I will be pressing enter. After typing A, B and C I will be typing enter or pressing enter. While pressing enter, this 0 will be appended. Okay, that means the string will be formed. Okay, then look at the next statement. I is equal to, so I am using I and j, two variables. I am using two variables. So I am getting I is equal to, I am giving an assignment on I is equal to strlen of str. strlen of str. So strlen will return the exact length of the string of str. So now str consists of ABC. What is the length of this string? That is 3. Right? Length of that string is 3. strlen is 3. 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. I am assigning I as 2. That means length of the string minus 1. You can imagine why it is given as minus 1. In our normal array, what we are doing? From I to n minus 1. Right? Similarly, here also we are having total length 3, 3 minus 1. Now, as it is an array, I need to iterate through this index location 0, 1 and 2. So, 3 is the total size of array, I mean total length of the array. But what we need to iterate, start from 0 till 2 only. That is why this 3 minus 1, that is up to 2. That is the reason why we are assigning the value of I as 2. Now j is equal to 0. Initially I am setting j is equal to 0. Now this is the loop where we are doing the reverse. So what is the logic there? Take this element, place it here. Then take this element, place it here. Then take this element, place it here. Then fill this with /0. That's all. So we need to start from this location. We need to start from this location till 0. Print from here to this end. Then print a /0. That is the logic. Okay. So the condition for the while loop, while I greater than equal to 0. While I greater than equal to 0, so I is equal to 2, condition is true, it is greater than or equal to 0. What I am doing? Reverse of REV of, this is REV of j, REV of 0, this is the location, REV of 0, right? REV of 0 is equal to, what we will assign? str of I, str of 2, str of 2, what is that? C, that will be assigned here. Then j plus plus, j will become 1, I minus minus, it will become 1. Then go to the next iteration. While I greater than equal to 0, I greater than or equal to 0, it is true. Enter. REV of j, REV of 1, that is this one, is equal to, we will assign str of I. What is I now? I is 1. str of 1, str of 1, that is B. I will place it here. Okay. Then j will become 2. I will become 0, minus 1. Next iteration, while I greater than equal to 0, it is greater than equal to 0, it is true because it is equal to 0. rev of j, rev of 2, rev of 2, this one is equal to str of I, that is 0, str of 0, that is a, will be added here. Okay, then after that j again will become 3, I will become minus 1, minus minus, right? Now it will go for next iteration while I greater than equal to 0. Now it is wrong. It will come out of the while loop, come out of the while loop. Then it will do one assignment, rev of j, that means the next location that is there in j, rev of 3, that is this one. What we will assign? The /0 will be assigned. Then simply print the array rev, printf rev. Okay, so remember we are printing the, once again I am mentioning, for printing a string or character array, simply we are using the name of the character array or string. For reading also with scanf we are using simply the name of the character array without having ampersand or without having any index. For getters also, for putters also, we are simply using the name of the character array. So remember all these things. Then this is one simple example where one string present in one array is reversed and stored in another string array, and that is being displayed. So while asking for finding the reverse of a particular string, just we need to display that, right? We can show the second array and that can be displayed. Now we can think about another logic also. If you want to have this reverse, what we can do? Reverse the content. That means the same string, if you want to reverse, you want to process on the same string, what you can do? The 0th and second element to be swapped. So think about this logic. I am not giving that now. You can think on that. This one and this one can be swapped, right? 0th and this second. Second means here in this case it is second, otherwise this is the last character, last string character, means excluding this /0, the last string character to be swapped. Okay, then after that we are having only one element. This is actually not required for swapping. Okay, if you put the C here and A here, swapping, that means reverse order is already ready. But if you are having 4 elements in the array, we need to go for swapping these 2 and these 2. So 2 situations are there. There you have to find out the common condition that is to be checked when we are using a loop. So how swapping can be done? Swapping can be done by using a temporary variable, assign one value on that, then that value to the next variable and that variable into temporary. Swapping, temp is equal to first element, that location, then that is to be assigned to the second one, then second will move to, or temp will be assigned to the second one. So here see, all the assignments will happen from right hand side to left hand side. So just remember this logic also. If you want to do the reverse on the same string, so if same string itself to be reversed, we can use swapping within the same array. Okay, so that is the logic used for reversing a string. If you are getting a general question like reverse a string, you can directly display that in reverse order. If you want to reverse and add it into another array, another character array, you can do that also. It's up to you, but specifically if they are asking for the same string to be reversed, you have to apply this swapping. Up to what? Up to what we need to find out. What is that an exit criteria for the exit or entry criteria for the loop used with that concept. Okay, anyway, it is from starting to end, starting character to the end character of the exact string. So the first and last to be swapped, then second and second last to be swapped. Similarly, we have to go up to we reach the center portion of the entire character array. So think on the logic on that. We'll move to the next program. That is to check whether a given string is palindrome or not. The given string is palindrome or not. What is a palindrome string? We have already seen palindrome number. Palindrome number means the reverse is also the same thing. For example, Malayalam. Malayalam is a string. Both sides. Reverse is also the same string. If we are getting the same string in reverse also, it is called as palindrome. So how we can apply the concept of palindrome to check whether the given string is palindrome or not. So let us see. So here it is clearly mentioned that we cannot use any built-in function. Remember that. If you are using built-in function, that can be done little more easier. Okay, now here we cannot use any built-in function. Even for finding the length, we cannot use built-in function. Let us see one logic. The same program, many others might be writing the same program by using different logics. But let us see one logic. We will get some idea regarding this. Then you can refer other textbook also for getting other logics where they are finding the. Sometimes they will be using while loop for getting the length. Sometimes they will be using, here we are using for loop. Similarly, there will be some differences when we are looking at different logics. Now the idea must be very clear. What is palindrome? How it can be implemented? Okay, so let us see the program. We are using stdio as well as string.h. String.h here actually it is not required because we are not using any string handling function. It is not required actually. Even if it is not required, we can use that, no issue, but it is must if we are using any function related to that header file. So we are having a character string str of 20. We are having a character string str of 20. So I am drawing a small string only, str 0 1 2. Assume that I am writing a b a. Okay, assume that this is the case, but this value will be received only after reading that. Okay, so I have not taken that. I am simply writing the values. So I am declaring some variables len ij flag. Len is for length. To get the length into length variable, I am not mentioning about length strlen function here. I need to find it out without using strlen function. Ij, two variables for a loop. Then we are having a flag. We are setting a flag value for comparison. While doing comparison, we are setting the value of flag. We are using similar type of variables for making a decision on that. Based on the flag value, we will make a decision whether it is palindrome or not. So we are setting the value of flag. So enter the string, get us str. then we are getting this string. Now look at this statement. This is one logic. We will see another example later where we are finding the length of a particular string. Now this is a logic, a different logic where we can easily find out the length of a particular character array. Just look at this statement very carefully. This is a for loop that is ended with a semicolon. This is a for loop that is ended with a semicolon. So what is happening here? Length is equal to 0. This is happening with str. Length equal to 0. Now it will assign initial value of L is equal to 0. strlen, str of len, that is str of 0, str of 0, this one, not equal to /0. Just check here. I am checking the condition of for loop. It is not equal to /0, right? It is not. This is not /0. It is a. So it is true, right? It is true. It will enter into the body, but there is no body actually. This for loop does not consist of a body. It will just check the condition. As there is no body, it will just increment length by 1. It will increment by 1. It will become 1. Then go for next iteration. Now length is 1. Again check for strlen not equal to /0. str of 1, this one, not equal to /0. Right? It is true. It is not /0. Okay. It will try to enter into the body. There is no body, so it will increment length by again 1. That is 2. Now strlen, str of len, str of 2, this one, str of 2, str of 2 not equal to /0. It is not equal to /0, right? No body. Again length plus plus. This will become 3. str of 3. This is 3. str of 3 not equal to /0, but it is equal to 0. Condition fails. It will come out of the loop. So just by writing a single statement, we are finding the length of the. Now what is the length? The value of len is now 3. After executing this for loop, so this is another way of using for loop without having a body. The simplest way of finding the length of a particular string. By using a single statement, we can find out the length of a particular character array. Now finally the length len variable will be holding the length of this particular array ABA. The length is 3. Okay, hope this portion is clear. Now next is the code for checking whether the string is, the ended string is palindrome or not. So let us look what logic we are following here. So this is the for loop. Just listen to the loop. For I equal to 0, for I is equal to 0, so we are starting a loop because we need to have this 0, 1, 2. Here we need to do something. So that is why we are starting a loop starting from I is equal to 0. I less than length divided by 2. len. What is len now? That is 3. 3 divided by 2, what is that? 2. 1 we are getting and 1 remainder. We are not considering the remainder. The division value is 1. I is less than 1, right? Right? 0 is less than 1. 0 is less than 1. That is true. It will enter into the body. if str of I, that is str of 0, if str of 0 not equal to str of len. What is len? 3. len is 3. 3 minus 1, 2. 2 minus I is 0. That means str of 2. If this is not equal to str of 2, this one, okay, this 2. If this is not equal to this one, if this is not equal to this one, what is to be done? If they are not equal, I am simply setting a flag. Now it is very clear. If they are not equal, we can clearly say, first iteration itself, we can clearly say that it is not palindrome, because they must be equal. Both sides we need to have the same string, from 0 to 2 and from 2 to 0. Reverse must also be the same string. So if the first character and last character is not equal, I am simply setting, initially flag was 0, now flag I have converted to 1, then I am directly breaking out of the loop. I am breaking out of the loop if it is not equal, okay. But in this example, A and A, they are equal, right? They are equal. They are equal. So it will not enter into this body. If it is true, if they are not equal, then only it will convert that flag into 1. Otherwise, what will happen? It will go for the next iteration. For I equal to, I will be incremented by 1. 1 less than, what was length by 2? 1. 1 less than 1, that is false. Okay, it will exit. Now look at the value of flag. If flag is equal to 0, now this case, first iteration they are having match, first 0th and second they are having match, they are equal. Look for second iteration, not required because condition fails, it will exit. What was the initial value of flag? It was 0. Now if flag is equal to 0, it is palindrome. So whatever be the number of elements present in this character array, it will go on searching the same thing. That means go on check whether the first one and the last one. Next iteration what will happen? Next iteration what will happen? str I will be incremented. str1, this will be, if you are having more elements, 1 will be compared with the second last, str len minus 1 minus I. So 1 more will be reduced. len minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 minus 0 was the first one. Now 2 minus I, that is 1, 2 minus 1, 1. Those two elements will be compared. Okay, so that will happen. So if you are having some larger elements, okay, so compare these two. If they are not equal, it is not palindrome, very clear. If they are equal, check for these two. If they are also equal, check for these two. Then only one remains. Automatically there this condition will be, or it will be exiting, because in this center case we don't need to have a comparison. From both sides this value will be same. Okay, so depending on the flag value we can decide whether the string is palindrome or it is not a palindrome. Hope it is clear. An important program where we need to check whether the given string is palindrome or not. So just try to understand at least this logic. This can be written in another way also. So all the program logics, it is not only like it can be right only in one way. It can be think in another way also. So where I am using while, you can use a for loop. where I am using for, you can use a while loop. There itself you can see the finding of length. We are using a for loop without having a body. There itself we can find out one important value that was actually taken through the built-in function. But this can be done by using another format also. So there are, for everything there are several other options also. So just refer various textbooks for getting other logics also that can also be studied in parallel. Okay, so that's it for the palindrome program. Now let us look at one more program, that is a program to count the number of vowels in a given string. This is one category of program that is used with character arrays. This is one example only. Just count the number of vowels. Sometimes it will be like count the number of some special characters. Sometimes count the number of a particular character. Similarly, count the number of all the special characters present in a particular string. Or sometimes it will be like count the number of vowels, special characters, punctuations, or similarly we can have the combination of all type of special characters. Separately we need to have a count. So all these categories can be taken from, or the route towards that logic will be can be taken from one simple example. Okay, so the basic idea will be same, but depends on the situation, the conditions, and the comparisons will vary. So that is to be remembered. But here in this particular case we are only checking for counting the number of vowels. So what is vowels? The letters A, E, I, O, U. So here the string may consist of both capital as well as small letter characters. So A, E, I, O, U in capital or small letter. So we need to check for the condition for both capital letters as well as small letters. Let us see the program. So here it is using a slightly different logic. You can directly use if, but here we are using a switch concept for finding the number of vowels. So we are using strlen here, so string.h to be included, char str of 20, char str of 20. So I am declaring one character array with some size 0, 1, 2. str is the name of the character array which points to the base address. Then assume that we are having some characters like B, A, U. So we expect the answer as 2 because A and U, they belongs to vowels, right? So let us see. So this is the character array str. In the I, for the loop I am using I variable. Then I am using a count variable for getting the count value. So finally, depending on the value in the count variable, we will decide the final result. So probably the total count, the last value for count variable will be considered as the number of vowels present in the program. Now enter the string getAsStr, a simple form of reading a string. Then set the initial value of count as 0, but because before starting we are not having any vowel count. Now start a for loop. Just look at this loop for I equal to 0, because we need to start from 0. I less than strlen of str. I less than I equal to 0, I less than strlen. What is strlen here? It is what, 3, right? strlen, the exact length of the string is 3. I less than strlen, so 3 minus 1 up to 2 only, just like array up to 2. So I is 0 to 2, we need to do the checking. So exactly the same thing. 0th location I need to verify, that's all. First location I need to verify, second location I need to verify. That's it. That is the logic. Just like checking within an integer array, we are checking whether this is an even number, this is an even number, this is an even number. Similarly, the iteration starting from the 0th in this location till the last letter of the string. So that is actually the total string length lesser than that, because index is starting from 0 to 2. So we cannot go up to 3, we need to go only up to 2. We don't need to check this portion. Okay, so that is why it is having I less than 3 length. That means up to 2 only, I plus plus. Okay, now within this loop, what we are doing is, within this loop what we are doing is, we are using a switch. We are using a switch. What is the use of switch? Switch is actually used for giving options, because here itself we know that we are having more options. Vowel means not only one thing, because we are having more options, more cases are there. A, E, I, O, U, several cases are there. So here we are using a concept called a switch, where we are having more cases. That is a better solution for such situations. So switch off stri, switch off str of 0. So each time when it enters into the for loop, first iteration, that is I 0, it will switch among str of 0. That means switch off what? Str of I, that what is this? That is B. Switch on B, str of I, that is B. Okay, so that is the location, str of I, string of I, ith location that we are mentioning. Okay, so now we are checking various cases. We are checking various cases. Case A. So switch on this location, actually it is indicating switch on this location, str of 0, not B. B value will be based on that. Okay, so initially there won't be any value. Switch on str of I means switch on str of 0. That location is being indicated, str of 0. I need to check for various cases here on this str of I. Okay, now case A, colon, I am not giving any value. Okay, what will happen? Normally how we are writing switch? Case number or case character, right? So str of I, it is already, it is a character. We are expecting a character. So different cases will be in character format. So case A, do nothing, don't break. Case A, just we are checking whether this particular location is any of these characters. If it is, it can be any of these any one of these only, not all, or 2 or not 3 or any number, it will be only 1. So if it is a go this one, this one, this one, all these will be directly, it will go through these, that's all, nothing will happen. All these are failures, it will come here, and finally count plus plus, count plus plus. So normally how we are writing switch case A statement break, it will go out of switch, right? But there are many possibilities of having AEIOU. More numbers are expected. From any of these numbers we expect this one. So we can go and searching any of these characters. Count plus plus. So B. So case B, what will happen? Is there any match? Is there any match? No. So automatically what will happen? It will come out of the switch. If there is no match, it will come out of the switch. Okay. Now next iteration, I is equal to 1. Switch on this character. Switch on this character. Switch on this character. So some character is there. Switch on this character on the location 1. Switch on this character on the location 1. So this is actually indicating character. Again check for A, capital A, small a. So here we are finding A. Automatically all these, so then will come, it will find a match here. Then again it will pass through all these, but it will be failure. But after reaching here, it will increment the value of count. Initially count was 0, now count will become 1. Then break. Okay. Again go for next iteration, I is equal to 1. I is equal to 2. Okay. Switch on the character. Then check for U. There is a match. Again count to plus plus, that is 2. Then break out of switch. A break inside a switch will break from switch only, not from the loop. Okay, remember that. A break inside the switch will break only from the switch. Next iteration. Again I will be incremented. So this condition fails, it will go out of the for loop. Now printf count of vowels is equal to the current value of count, that is 2 AU. We are having 2 vowels present in our program. Okay, so this is one logic for finding the number of vowels present in a string. Otherwise what we can do, within this for I equal to 0, I less than string length of str I plus plus, what we can do, we can check for a condition. If str of I is equal to a, or str of I equal to small letter a, or str of I equal to e, or we need to separate all these into that if. We can write that also. If, write all the combination a or b or c, or if str of I is equal to capital A, or if stri, or means double this line, or str of I equal to small letter a, or str of I equal to capital E, or str of I equal to small letter e, up to the ui. If any one is true, opening brace, what we can do, count plus plus. Okay, just close that if. Again next iteration. Again what will happen? that procedure can be repeated. Okay, so here with each location, here each location taken as a character, switch on that, find the character. If it is being found, count increment. Otherwise, with each iteration for I equal to 0, check whether str of I is any of these, then increment count. Next iteration, next next location, if all these condition, if it is true, count plus plus. Okay, otherwise we can break. Means next iteration we may find the same element, means the vowel element in this array. So that is another logic that can also be applied. This is a different logic where you can find the number of vowels. So similar type of problems, counting the number of similar things like punctuations, vowels, etc., etc., can also be asked together also. So there we need to have separate comparison for all types of characters present in the string array. Hope it is clear. So these are very important problems or programs related to the string or character array. So that's it for now. Next session we will see some more programs related to the various string and string handling functions. Okay, thank you.